So it's been about 2 weeks since this car has been tuned, and I've been driving it around on the highway, been driving it around on town, around town. And this car is definitely a lot more fun to drive. So after the tune, hold on, let me get in gear. Let me upshift. After the tune, this car definitely woke up. If you didn't see my video about this car being dyno tuned, I got it tuned at JK Tuning. It was dyno tuned, and it made about 330 wheel horsepower and 370 wheel torque. I haven't even really, I haven't even broken the limits of this car yet, to be honest, but I still want it to be faster, you know what I mean? But after the tune, the throttle response is definitely a lot better. The turbo lag decreased by a ton. Now when I hit the pedal, depending on which gear I'm in, let me downshift into, let's go into third. If I just hit the pedal right now, then I'm gonna go. Before the tune, the turbo lag in this car was disgusting. I'd hit the throttle and I wouldn't go forward until maybe a second and a half delay. That's how bad it was in this car. But now, the turbo lag has gone down to about maybe half a second delay, which still I notice because I drive this car every day. But if someone who just hopped into this car and started driving, they would be like, oh, this car is fast as hell, but those are the little things that I notice. And yeah, I mean, I'm not, this car isn't that fast. Also, before the tune, I had this check engine light. It was for the catalytic converter not being there, and about 3 days after I got the tune, the check engine light came back. So I thought that, that would have got tuned out of the car, but, I guess not. So I'm not really sweating it. I already got, I got the code read. It's about the catalytic converter. I'm not too concerned about it. As long as everything else in the car is working the way it should, then I don't really care. I'm so used to seeing that check engine light. It's honestly whatever. The next time I get this car tuned, though, I would have gone forged internals, stage 3 cams, and then I forgot the Nostrum fuel system. I want to get that so I can handle more power. I'm not really sure what this car is going to make after the stage 3 cams, but I know after we build the motor, I can increase the boost. So I want to be at about 400 to 430 wheel the next time I tune this car. But for right now, at the power this car sits at, it's fine. Anytime someone hops in this car, they're always God damn, this thing is this thing is fast as hell. Yeah, man, what I really want to do is get other Camaro owners impressions of this car, because around my area there's not really any V8s. It's a lot of 2.0s, a lot of V6s, I'm obviously faster than those cars, but I'm not as fast as an SS per se. So I'd like to get other Camaro owners impressions. It's a little hard to do that because we stopped having the meets because it's so cold outside. As you guys can see, there's snow everywhere. But yeah, I mean, I love this car the way it is right now. Obviously, I want it to be faster, but I can wait on that. I plan on doing the forged internals and the cam and everything probably around March or February. I have to save up for that because that's probably going to be the most expensive thing on this car. So yeah, but right now, after the tune, man, this car is fantastic. I'll try to film some more wide open throttle pulls for you guys and upload that in a separate video, but I wanted to get you guys to get my impressions of the tune so far, and I'm loving it. Nothing bad to say. The only thing that I can say is really figure out who your car is getting tuned by. One of my guys, Slow 2.0, he got his car tuned by ZZP and his engine blew up. So I'm not really sure if that's ZZP's fault, but you know, I've heard a lot of horror stories about tuners really messing up people's cars, and I really trusted John at JK Tuning, and he, you know, did not disappoint. You really have to, you know, like, get a tuner that you know, like, will do a good job. Watch those reviews, man, because if your engine blows, then that's like 6-7 grand, depending on what kind of engine you have, down the drain. This 2.0 in the LTGs, yeah, it's about like 6 to 7 grand to replace this motor. You know, it only gets more expensive the bigger the displacement of the engine. So, you know, watch out for that, bro. But if you're in the, if you're in like the Stroudsburg, Bethlehem, Easton, Lehigh Valley area, definitely go to JK Tuning. It's in Carlisle. It's about 2-3 hours away. It's worth it. Like, honestly, I was really scared when I went to get my car tuned because I was nervous something would break or something would blow up, or, you know, there would just be an issue. But there was no issues. The car ran great. The tune seems to be running great. I've been running it for like two weeks now, almost a month. You know, and there's no complaints, you know. Like, every gear in this car feels significantly faster. Like, second gear, I'm spinning, like, my tires are spinning in second gear now. It's not because it's cold, it's just because this car puts down like so much more power than it originally had. It's amazing what this car does now, and it can only get better from here. So, you know, I highly recommend tuning your car if you have the mods for it. Definitely with my next car though, I'm not going to install any aftermarket mods and then get it tuned like 6 months away or 4 months away. Like, after I install some mods, I definitely want to get it tuned immediately. If you have mods on your car for too long, it might mess up the car. I've noticed that with like V6 Camaros, not so much V8s, but definitely these 4 cylinders and the V6s have some issues if you put modifications on them without tuning them. So I definitely recommend, you know, if you buy the mods, install it, get it tuned as soon as possible. I don't think that doesn't really count for exhaust modifications. You can get away with, you know, running an aftermarket exhaust, but anything like an intake, a throttle body, an intercooler, you really want to get those things recalibrated to the ECM, so the car will run more efficiently, because this car was not running efficiently before I got it tuned. And I had those mods on this car for about 4, maybe even 5 months, because I got that done in the middle of the summer, and I will never do that again. The car was running like garbage before I got it tuned, so keep that in mind too. But yeah, those are pretty much, you know, all the tips that I had. And yeah, man, just get your car tuned. You'll probably be a lot happier. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Yeah, man, save those manuals. As you guys can see, I'm in some pretty bad traffic right now. I'm not really sure why people are outside. I'm just filming videos. But yeah, save those manuals. Love your car, man. Love yourself. Love Squirtle. Have a good day, man. Enjoy the holidays.